Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
Finally, Robyn cheated on Kody. She's dating a new boyfriend. According to a recent revelation from Christine, Kody and Robyn punished other wives. Do Robyn and Kody Brown maintain control over their original wives? In her latest book, Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom, Christine Brown apparently didn't hold back. The story of how Robyn Brown and Kody Brown held the other women accountable is only one of the many intriguing aspects of Sister Women for viewers. Christine's allegations of what transpired during the show's filming had fans discussing nonstop. She clarified that, contrary to what most people thought, they only filmed every other day. More significantly, though, they needed to pay close attention to how they reacted while on live. In the event that Robyn or Kody said or did something they didn't like while the cameras were running, this included limiting any offensive remarks and even controlling facial grimaces. They couldn't bring Robyn or Kody into disrepute. However, Christine claims that if they did, Robyn and Kody disciplined them. Do Robyn and Kody apply punishment? In her latest novel, Christine Brown wasn't kind to Robyn Brown and Kody Brown. Christine told fans that retribution was supposedly in store for her, Mary, or Janelle if they made a mistake. She used words to create a picture. She proposed that they cover the costs if one of the wives spoke or did something while shooting that damaged Robyn's or Kody's reputation. Kody was the supposed penalty. If the wife made a negative impression on Robyn or him, he would avoid her. It appears that Kody Brown's sister wife's bedtime routine was somewhat rearranged if one of the wives damaged Robyn or Kody in the eyes of the sister wives' audience. Fans enjoyed this, but only because Kody or Robyn were typically the ones who made themselves appear unlikable to the audience. Sister Wives, a lot of talk about unity. For almost 10 seasons of Sister Wives, audiences were repeatedly treated to Robyn Brown's song. Robyn stated her motto, "At all costs, keep the family together." On film, she was shown attempting to persuade Kody to return to Christine. This occurred after Christine Brown moved his belongings into her garage after packing them all into boxes. Based on what the fans took away from Christine's most recent novel, Robyn appears to have been Kody's gatekeeper. His time with his other wives was a major factor in her. Therefore, it sounded as though she made Kody's time limited for that particular wife if she was upset with one of them. Christine's charges regarding the punishment meted out to the original 3 spouses are just one of the many things that fans took away from her memoir. On the Sister Women series, it seems that Kody and Robyn closely monitored the other women, specifically to ensure that they didn't say anything disparaging about the two of them. However, viewers of Sister Wives believe that Kody Brown and Robyn Brown appeared awful enough on their TLC show at times without the assistance of the other wives. According to Christine Brown, Kody lied about the Raiders' plans to relocate their family to Arizona. With her new candid book, Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom, Sister Wives star Christine Brown is keeping fans interested. On September 2, 2025, the memoir is scheduled to be published. Even though the book's release date is quickly approaching, some of her followers have already received it. As promised, Christine revealed Kody and his antics in her book, which included all the juicy details of her life. Recent events indicate that Kody deceived them into relocating to Arizona, as Christine disclosed in her book. The family moved to Flagstaff, Arizona, in 2018 after formerly living in Las Vegas. According to Kody, the Oakland Raiders football team's relocation to Las Vegas was the primary cause of the change. It would put their family in risk, he said. Not only that, but Christine also disclosed a number of historical secrets about the Brown family. Christine claims that Kody betrayed her by having Robyn. Christine Brown describes how Robyn interfered with her and Kody's bedroom life in her book. Robyn confronted Christine when she refused to give Kody an hour-long massage before sex, which was only made possible by Kody disclosing their confidential arrangement. Christine eventually quit the massages because she felt deceived. As a virgin, she trusted Kody to be cautious, but her first sexual experience left her in anguish. She also talks about her honeymoon. As she thought back on the treachery and unfulfilled expectations of her marriage, Christine sobbed, felt let down, and came to the realization that they were never compatible. Christine Brown Woolley dispels Kody's lies in Sister Wives. Christine Brown Woolley's book Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom is about to be released. She divulges every detail of her life in it. The reality TV personality disclosed that in 2018, her ex-husband, Kody, compelled them to relocate to Flagstaff, Arizona. He made them think that the Oakland Raiders were moving. Christine stressed that although this may sound alarming, it was the reality. She described how Kody's behavior seemed like a huge betrayal. The reality personality went on to say that their action was unrelated to football or safety, but anything to do with his fourth wife, Robyn's son, Dayton. A college in Arizona had accepted Dayton. Kody concluded that moving would be best for everyone. However, he deceived them with a lie rather than telling them the truth. He convinced them that Las Vegas lacked morals and that their children would no longer be safe there. Then he expressed worries that their children might not be safe in schools. In the end, he persuaded everyone to approve the relocation. Christine and Janelle did not want to relocate, but Kody compelled them to do so. Since they already had family and a community in Las Vegas, moving was not a pleasant experience. Kody kept lying to them even though he had already made all the decisions regarding the transfer. Christine was incensed when she saw what he was doing, but she made an effort to keep an open mind. While the rest of the family had to relocate to Arizona so Robyn could be near Dayton, she acknowledged that she was upset about being taken away from her kids, who stayed in Las Vegas. Robyn Brown, the supposed obedient wife, the keeper of the covenant, the last woman standing in the crumbling castle of Kody's ego, sitting across from a new man at a small, sun-drenched cafe, not with the frantic energy of a secret affair, but with the calm, settled demeanor of someone who had finally, after years of emotional starvation, been served a full meal. This was not cheating in the tawdry, clandestine sense the word implies. This was a conscious, deliberate, and long overdue act of repatriation, the reclaiming of a soul she had mortgaged to a bankrupt ideal. The news that finally Robyn cheated on Kody, she's dating a new boyfriend, is a headline written in the language of the world she left behind, a world that reduces complex human emotion to simplistic betrayals. The truth is a richer, more nuanced story of a woman who, after being the sole audience member for a one-man show of narcissism and neglect, finally turned off the lights, left the theater, and discovered the sun was still shining. For over a decade, Robyn had positioned herself, and was positioned by the family narrative, as the ideal plural wife, the peacemaker, the patient listener, the one who adhered most strictly to the principles of their faith. She absorbed Kody's frustrations, mediated his conflicts with the other wives, and offered unwavering support, all while maintaining an almost superhuman level of composure. But this role was a gilded cage. Her loyalty became a given, her presence a constant, and like any constant, she became part of the background, the wallpaper in the mansion of Kody's ambitions. The infamous COVID-19 protocols were not the cause of the rupture but the ultimate, glaring symptom. They were the physical manifestation of an emotional reality that had long been festering. Kody's world had shrunk to include only those who mirrored his own anxieties and validated his authority without question. Robyn and her children became his sole orbit, but even as his sole focus, she was not seen as a partner, she was the warden of his isolation, the manager of his fear. The man she was devoted to was not a passionate patriarch but a paranoid, embittered king ruling over a kingdom of one. The weight of being his only source of validation became a crushing burden. She watched the man she married, the charismatic, energetic, if flawed, visionary, curdle into a man consumed by resentment, and she realized a horrifying truth: her unwavering loyalty had not saved him, it had only enabled his descent and ensured her own loneliness was amplified by being perpetually in the presence of another person. She was the most trapped of all, because she was the last one in the room with the dying fire, feeling the cold more acutely than those who had already left to find warmth elsewhere. The new boyfriend, let's call him David for the sake of this story, is not a dramatic foil to Kody, not a younger, richer, or more flamboyant man. He is, in fact, his antithesis in the most fundamental way. He is present. He is a landscape architect, a man whose profession is literally to nurture growth, to create beauty and harmony from raw, untended earth. He is a widower, a man who understands profound loss but who chose to channel his grief into compassion rather than bitterness. Their meeting was not a scandalous encounter but a happenstance introduction through a mutual friend at a community garden project. Initially, for Robyn, it was simply a conversation with a man who asked her questions about herself, not as a wife, not as a sister wife, not as a reality TV personality, but as Robyn. He asked about her thoughts, her dreams from a life before cameras and plural marriage, what books she liked to read, what made her laugh. For a woman whose identity had been subsumed for years into the all-consuming drama of the Brown family, these questions were not just small talk, they were a lifeline, an archaeological dig back to the person she was before she became a character in someone else's story. The cheating began not with a kiss, but with a conversation. It began when she found herself talking to David for an hour on the phone, not about Kody's latest grievance or the family's finances, but about the soothing power of a well-designed garden and the stubborn hope of a perennial pushing through winter.